welcome to What to Buy This IAE, Aegis Edition. Today I am joined by our token German, Dr. Moxie.
Meow!
He'll stab you for a key of Black Widow, Colonel O'Neill.
It was one time.
And I am your host with the most toast, Ethos, aka Eporion, and I am happy you could join us for a little Star Citizen and chill. So, Aegis. Basically what we're going to be doing is running through ships. We're going to be ranking them on a scale S, A, B, C, D, F. C is below average, B slightly above average, S is the best ship in the world, and F is flunky garbage, don't touch it. So, we're going to get started here with the old Avenger Titan / Avenger Stalker. Now the Titan is a ship that is basically a starter ship. It's one of the best starter ships. I know you started with one, O'Neill, right?
Correct. Yeah, I upgraded immediately. I didn't even use my starter ship. I don't even know what my initial starter ship was, but I still love it. Every time I get the chance to use it, I will rent it, use it. It's a great little ship to have. However, with the recent changes to capacity with like laser weapons, it definitely took a hit on that. But still a fun little ship. You can mount the front gun is a little bigger. I believe it's only size 4. I could be wrong.
Okay. I like it. I think it's probably your best starter option. It's really good. I mean, it's just an excellent ship. It has a bed. It has cargo space. It's a cool look. It's got lore. It's the space penguin. It's great. It's a tough little bird, and it's fast.
It even got an ejection seat.
Drake doesn't even know what ejection seats are, but Aegis has got Now, the Stalker is the bounty hunter variant, which basically just has cargo space, but for people instead. So it's the same thing in every other regard, but instead of having a bed and a bunch of other stuff, you have just the things for bounty hunters. So I wouldn't choose that ship unless you were starting down the bounty hunter path, in which case that's your best option. So what are we thinking? I think for starter ship, this is an S tier ship. The Avenger is the best starter ship, potentially. It even has like just a nice interior. You don't usually get that with a starter ship. We got the space coffin, the Aurora, which is a great ship, but it really is very claustrophobic.
Yeah, I would say A tier though with the recent
the nerf.
Yeah, with the nerf, I'd give it A. And also, it doesn't have you're gonna have to make some multiple jumps if you want to get across. But you asked me a year ago, I would say S, but
yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
And maybe in the future capacitor gameplay gets changed. I mean, we can hope that the light fighters will get a buff, and that'll probably buff the Avenger as well. So maybe that'll happen in the future, but that is not confirmed. But that's something we're all hoping for.
Yeah, A seems pretty fine and fair.
I agree. Yeah. I think A is a good place for it. The worst of the Avengers, the Avenger Warlock, which has the EMP in the back instead of everything that makes it great. And we all know how EMPs are. We ragged on the Hawk long enough, I think, but there is such a nuance to the gameplay. You have to hit it at the perfect EM moment when all the systems are active, so you knock out the most systems. But for larger ships, it doesn't even really affect it. And for smaller ships, I mean, you can just shoot something, and it's going to be more effective at disabling than the EMP currently.
Yeah, I am not a fan of EMP ships at the moment. I would not buy the EMP variant of the Avenger.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I want to put it at B because it is still an Avenger, but I think it belongs at C. I mean, it just doesn't have anything.
I agree.
C tier. Yeah, C tier.
Sounds good. Okay.
Maybe if the EMP gets active, maybe then it rises, but
yeah,
we'll see about that.
If they fix EMP gameplay, though, it can't be too overpowered because you can't have just one idiot rolling by and runs into the middle of a fleet and just blows everything up, right? That's too much power to give one person.
And the friendly fire! Oh my god!
Yeah, and it's an accessible ship. It's not very expensive in terms of Star Citizen prices, at least.
Yeah.
Moving on, Aegis Gladius. That used to be everyone's favorite fighter. It was a great fighter, but 315 happened, and where is it now? I mean, it got the gold standard pass. It's looking excellent, absolutely divine as in a visual sense.
Was about to say it has the golden ticket already.
Yeah. I believe that gold standard pass implies, because it means, so you know what it means when a game goes gold, right? It means that that game is ready for publishing. So this is a series that is going to probably go into Squadron 42, but I think the capacitor gameplay still needs adjustment. I mean, what do you think?
I agree. It's such a fun ship to fly. However, it just does not hit like it used to.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Nice little Avenger we blew up there.
Yeah, there we go. I actually, after using it for a while, I found it can be effective. It was okay in Pirate Swarm, but I felt like a buck got me through more waves for sure.
No, I agree. It's not as, I can't just fly around and do bounties for 2 hours straight, like I used to with the Gladius, because it just doesn't hit as hard as it used to.
The Gladius is has such cool lore behind it too, because it's actually a vessel that was the first vessel where humans actually beat the Vanduul. It was the first ship that was actually effective, fast enough, with enough firepower that we could go blow to blow with the Vanduul. So it was a big moment in human history. There's even a special edition, Gladius Valiant, which is a nod to that specific event in the squadron that took out those Vanduul. But it just needs some love, I think. This is another thing. The light fighters across the board, I think, just need a bit of a tweak.
Love the ship though. I have it. I'm not getting rid of it, even with the current state of smaller ships.
As far as, like, if you're not comparing it to any other vessel and you want to see what Star Citizen is capable of, this has all the component housing. It's got all the details. You can look through this thing. It's beautiful. It's still fun to fly. It's not like the maneuverability took a hit, but
oh yeah, you just fly around the canyons of Daymar, no problem, in that thing.
Probably a B in terms of functionality.
I think, I agree with a B right now.
I see it on a B as well.
All right, poor Gladius, but still above average. Still a ship you should look at, I think.
A year ago,
most ships are
a year ago or a year in the future, this is probably going to be different, and this is going to be a better vessel.
Yeah. A S tier possibly with a little tweak.
There's things that are better at this point. The one we're flying right now, the Aegis Redeemer. How you liking it? How you liking being behind the pilot seat?
Love it. I might pick one up. That's how much I like it. It's a little pricey. I might get it.
I think she's a good ship and great for a multi-crew, small org thing. So yeah, I mean, I think from a visual perspective, it's kind of gaudy, but in that way, a big ugly ship is an intimidating sight. That's not something you want to look down the barrel of. So it adds to the effect, I think. And these, if you look, these thrusters are really cool. If you'll do a little maneuvering here, hold up. Yeah, there we go. See, these things are moving and adjusting. It reminds me of kind of how a sailboat flies, where a sailboat is basically, it's the contrasting forces that pinch and shoot the ship forward as if you had something between your fingers and you've shot it forward. So that's kind of what's happening here. So very cool, very neat. They also said they want to make it so that these things rotate side to side as well with maneuvering, so that'll be very cool, I think.
I got the crime set 1 because I attacked a criminal before he got registered as red.
Damn. Well, you can pay that off, thankfully. Redeemer, interior is nice. It has food inside the refrigerator right now, which no other ship does. So,
very nice bonus.
It's a 2-decker. It's got a nice interior if you like Aegis. It's a little militaristic. It feels a bit stifling. It doesn't feel like a atmosphere I'd want to be in for a long period of time. But this ship is not really designed to be used in long stretches. I mean, it's designed to be using these ballistic cannons. I'm already mostly out of ammo. But from a pure combat perspective, I would put this, honestly, I'm thinking S tier, because it has 2 turrets, size 5 turrets that are completely devastating. The same shield capacity as the Hammerhead. It's much faster and more maneuverable. And I mean, this is you're going to be able to stay out of firing arcs easy with this thing, right? And Aegis is not going to be able to hit you. This is great stuff. As long as you have a competent pilot behind the helm.
Yeah, I am like zooming around this thing, and doesn't feel that sluggish.
Yeah, it feels fast, despite you would think it'd be a bit slow, but it's tanky and it's quick enough for its size.
I had a turret lay into me earlier, and probably for a good like 15 seconds, and it took out a lot of the shields, but it just ate it, no problem. Any other ship I think would have gone destroyed this size.
You can catch it before you run out of shield, unlike a smaller ship where the turrets might just delete you if they hit you.
Definitely yes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pure firepower you have there.
This is going to be utilized in PvP. It's going to be the meta for sure, if it already isn't.
You can even put a small drop crew or something in of 4 people, you know.
It does have 4 jump seats,
crew.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Moving on to the big brother to this vessel, the Aegis Hammerhead. Very large ship, lots of turrets, lots of firepower. It's been around. It's the old dog. It's got a few bugs because of that. When you're in one of these, I mean, there's no other ship that makes you feel as invulnerable if you're fully crewed.
Yeah, if you don't move around.
Right. One disadvantage I would say, or two, there's two really, is that the range is pretty bad. If a fighter is outside of your range, they're going to be able to just be pinging at you without you being able to even accurately target them. And the other thing is, if you're in one of the turrets, oftentimes you just become that turret. The door will no longer open for you. You're unable to escape for for the rest of your play session. You're just that turret man.
Yeah, there's the elevators can kill you sometimes. It's just you know, it's just not a safe ship.
Yeah, no, it's not. You're gonna have to watch yourself. This one loves blood sacrifices. It needs them.
It's not passing an OSHA inspection. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. So, I mean, it's a good ship, but with the Redeemer existing now, it's A or B, because it can be virtually useless if someone knows how to fight it right.
B.
B.
That's generous B for me.
Generous B, because of glitches. These are game-breaking bugs too. So I think I can definitely agree with it. Getting stuck in a turret, you can't play the game anymore. You're literally just in that small space. I mean,
yeah, you gotta respawn. You gotta respawn. And there's no, and especially now with death of like just losing your stuff. Like it's just not as easy as backspacing. There's no medical bay in it. So
you could set up a mousetrap. That would be cool. Okay, you put a loot box there. There's a body that has like gold armor on it or whatever. Someone walks into the turret bay, and then they're trapped, and you take their shit.
I'd fall for it. I think I'd get away with it. I'd be like, you know what? I don't think this will happen to me.
Yeah, you'd be like, what? You know, it's like, I thought I would come to the top of the crab bucket. You know, I thought everyone else would be fucked by it.
I just want to say I feel the same. And also you need quite a big crew to make it fully functional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't. One man is not enough. 2 men is not enough. And this thing does not have a good missile payload either. So there's that factor as well. Okay, so moving on to the most useless, largest hunk of metal in the sky, the Aegis Reclaimer. Big vessel. Very cool to walk around. There's a lot of cool things in the interior. The ceilings drip.
Cool, yeah.
It's so gross in there. It's awesome. It's built so well. They've nailed the visuals on that one. It doesn't do anything yet. It is slow. It can't leave atmosphere. I mean, it literally takes you 30 minutes to leave thick atmosphere planets. I can't even imagine how long it takes you to leave something like Orison. It just sounds like a pain in the goddamn ass. And you need to use VTOL, otherwise it's just not taking off. It's too big.
Not much use for it.
Exactly. It's just there's no purpose to it right now. And salvage got pushed back again, so there's not going to be a purpose for a while. But when salvage comes out, this is going to be probably one of the better ones that you can get. Maybe not like the Apex, but close to it. If you get the chance, I would walk around this. It's currently in the Invictus Hall. It would be really cool to check out. It is quite laggy. It hits your performance hard, but it's really cool.
I mean, it's hard to rate because we don't really have any functionality with it yet.
Right, we don't even know what salvage is going to be like yet. That's why I struggle with talking about salvage in that way. I mean, it's supposedly so close, but we have heard jack and shit about it.
On a side note, Moxie, we're heading towards you. I picked up your service beacon.
Oh yeah, perfect. I was wondering actually because I was worried. I landed on the platform, but then the turret started shooting me. I died on the explosion and I bled out right in front of the door. I just want to pay my one crime stat.
Yeah, nah, we got you. The bounty missions right now on the server are not behaving, so.
Oh, you could actually, I don't know if it works, but you could bring me to the med. Is there a med bay on her L1?
Yeah,
we'll find out.
Well, yeah, there's a Kelto clinic. All right, now we're talking. Aegis Saber just got its gold standard pass. Fresh coat of paint, looks cool. Lots of good stuff. They changed its features a little bit, so from what I hear, it's better. I know Katie Byrne over at Skunkworks has switched to it as her main fighter. She's been really enjoying it. Our boy Core seems to have a problem with it, so I think it's a bit divisive. But for like an assassin, fast, stealthy attack ship, I think it's pretty good in that role. And with the gold standard pass, it's even better right now.
I think if it fits your gameplay style, depends on how you like to attack. You'll like it.
If you're like a ninja type, like you like that sort of play it smart, this is gonna be for you. It's not a bruiser, but if you're gonna jump in, do some damage, jump out, this is ideal in that role.
Yeah, if you want something just to fucking send it, you're gonna need something a little tougher.
Yep, absolutely. So I don't know. I think I put it at an B or A tier.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Which one?
I think it's an A.
An A?
Yeah, A. It's a good chip.
Yeah,
I was flying it earlier.
I like it. I've always kind of had and I also like anything that has 4 size 3s. I think that's a great loadout. That's just an excellent.
Like a solid ship, actually.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't.
How much is it actually in game?
I do not know.
I think it might be over 2 million, so it might be a little pricey, but yeah.
And this is a next generation Aegis ship, so this isn't like the old Messer regime Aegis. This is modern, made for the civilian market Aegis. So I think it's really good. It's specialized. It's not like trying to morph it from its original purpose to something that fits. It's been designed from the ground up to be sold to civilians too.
Yeah, I'm a fan flying them around. It's something I would consider getting.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be something you want to juggle when you're thinking, what am I going to do for a fighter? If you want a one-man fighter, this is in the running. But I think what fighter you choose is going to be more based off of your own play style and how you're going to enjoy it more than, any sort of meta, really. Because there's a lot of good ships, but they all fit different roles. Okay. Now, the Aegis Eclipse looks like a B-2 bomber. Looks pretty sweet. Has the size 10 torps. Can be used by a one-man, which is nice. So you can be a one-man devastating machine who can commit massive war crimes if you want.
One-man retaliator, a little less firepower.
Yeah, it is. So it doesn't have the missile loadout of the retaliator, which is probably this thing's best competitor right now, as it is the other long-range bomber type. This is for a one-man, but if you have a consistent multi-crew, I think the retaliator is a better choice. But this is up to personal preference here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it does its purpose. I would actually put it almost to an S tier because it's already in the events against Idrises and stuff. It's been used many times, and the only negative I can see is actually the price of the missiles. It's very pricey to use it. Mm-hmm. Rearming is very, very expensive, so people should always only use it when you have money.
Yeah, use it when you have money, or and not for bounty missions. You can use it for bounty missions, but I would wait until you have elite risk targets. This is, if you want to compete with other people who are really good at dogfighting, this is going to be your option. A stealth bomb, because you're not going to be able to stand up to them in an actual 1v1. Yeah, It's boom, press, boom, I win. So
They won't even see you. Like they don't even see you on the radar. Just see their missile coming. And
exactly.
yeah.
You can remove everything except the missiles even to like get up to like I think even 3 kilometers away and just pow, dead. So it can be really useful. It's going to be on the same level as the Retaliator Bomber because it's just they have just a slightly different role. So what do you think? Like A, or do you think we go S tier? Because I mean this is like size 10 missiles. Whew, so useful.
Like
and
that. I would say S tier.
Yeah, I would go with S tier.
All right, I think I can definitely agree with that because I mean there is no ship that gives you more firepower for less skill.
With the current state of the game, it's so effective. Especially you get
Exactly.
someone trolling you, someone just being an asshole. You know, you can push that win button.
It would be also a very good addition to a small fleet or something, or an attack group.
Absolutely.
If they're like a bunch of fighters in Eclipse, you can easily take down capital ships. Oh well, capital size, let's say.
Yeah, you could have like a unit designed to take out big targets, and this would be a good thing to have in that. What are you doing? I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. All right. Let's save Mox. I'm gonna hop it out here.
A lot. Yeah, we're gonna have to drag them.
Oh no, to drag them in.
Yeah, because I can't. Because people started overdosing everyone.
I know.
So now you can't use these in safe zones.
You can't help your friends anymore because people are assholes.
I might need your help. Good. You can actually interact with them.
Oh.
I might have to pull the ship over.
Oh my god.
We might be risking an impound here. And also be very careful around these edges. You can get stuck. Oh, no, we're just gonna pull them inside. We're just gonna pull them
we're gonna
inside
take him to
player.
Kelto.
Yeah.
Oh
I
damn.
got 40 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, okay, we could get you. We could save you. Don't worry.
No, it's too late for me.
I'm bleeding out.
And we'll get into it.
I think the further you drag me, the more time I lose.
What?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like
Because
that's
my head is banging left to the right, and
It's causing more damage.
Damn it.
Remember how I killed Boar earlier?
just be careful.
I'll try.
Yeah, you'll be good, man. I moved Boar around so much before he died.
Oh my god, my lifeless body.
Oh my god. You're so heavy, dude. What the fuck?
Why do you got so much armor on? You guys need me to can bring a med gun or something?
I have a med gun. We're just in a safe zone, so we
Oh
can't
no.
use it.
Yeah.
So you're trying to drag him out of the safe zone?
Trying to
Inside.
we try to get him in, but it probably would have been better to just put him on the ship actually. Can you open this door for me? Thank you.
Yep. So what you're gonna want to do is that. Don't worry about me. Just go. Go take him.
Don't worry about me.
I really hope no one is watching this.
We have a patient.
We have a patient. Take him. You
These
guys are
nurses
doing
are-
nothing.
Wait, he has to
doing
pay
nothing.
first. He has to pay first. Nobody administer aid.
How do I save him now? Now that we're here,
I got a cart.
is this
Can
gonna
you-
help?
I don't
Maybe
know.
be on it.
I think we're gonna kill him.
Oh my goodness.
10,
Oh, no.
It's like,
10 minutes.
like role-playing being nurses.
I know, except we're terrible at our job. No, I don't want to be on the bed.
It's not.
Oh no.
Is there something I can inject into Moxie?
You can't inject anything?
You can always inject something into Moxie.
I'm just trying to find the right thing.
Okay.
You take Moxie's gun.
The guns don't work here because we're in a safe zone. That's locked.
It won't let me pick him up and put like it does the animation, but it doesn't. Okay, I'm just gonna take him to the room. I think this was a waste of time. I'm sorry.
We have very precious seconds.
Did you check into a room? Let me
I
get.
did.
Let me
I
get a
patient
room.
room for. So
You
I
should have seen the photo finish we had earlier that Benting
Why
made
does
up
it
there.
keep doing this? Oh, I took your armor. Sorry.
Oh no. You're dressing me.
Well, we gotta take your shirt off, cut it off, so we can operate.
I have no underwear on.
Oh no! Don't worry. I see lots of pussy because I'm a doctor and I have a lot of money.
Yes.
Her L1. Why does it just stop dragging? I cannot stand
You're
this.
not allowed to drag him through this threshold here.
Oh!
Yeah, it has to be that. You can't drag people through.
No. You're done. We've failed. We failed you, Mox. We should have
I
done
know.
this the easy
Moxie,
way.
we're so sorry.
I think maybe it would have been better if he would have dragged me on the ship and then...
Yep. I thought this would be easier, but it wasn't.
I gotta hold backspace now and see what happens.
Oh boy. No.
We failed
She's
Moxie.
gone.
We failed her.
We failed her.
Did all Moxie's stuff disappear or did you pick it up?
She's probably in jail, so it probably went. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
she
was
got
gonna
her
say,
stuff anyways. That's fine.
Moxie, I have your chess piece that was taken from you. But
Yes. I test.
yeah.
Hold on to it,
But
cause
everything else
hot.
disappeared.
Going
I
to-
got a lot of energy. What? I got 2 hours?
What?
What?
2 hours
For
and
what?
this
For CS1?
What did you? What are your crimes?
Aggravated crime damage, trespassing, 2nd degree.
Oh shit, because we dragged you into the dump facility. God damn it. The worst doctors in history made everything worse. God damn it.
we We're terrible.
That's like a I love it. I love how bad you guys are.
Oh my god,
Oh
dude.
my god.
This is why Mox is the doctor.
Yeah,
Alright, we've got 2 additions to the chat now. We've got the man asking the hard questions, Maverick. And we've got the latest Javelin owner, Bug.
Bow down to Bug.
He got the biggest one. He got the biggest one.
He do
Yeah,
have
he's
the
got the
biggest.
biggest one.
He's the
All
biggest.
the ladies like him now. He'll use his lady harem to, you know, crew the 24 people he needs for the Javelin.
Yeah.
we're taking this with us.
Wait, stand still. Stand still. Hey, sweet. Thanks for the ride. So we were just talking. The Aegis Vanguard. Lots of weaponry, good ship. Expensive. Got a turret, and it's got really good armor, and it's pretty protected. Like, you're going to be able to take on most combat scenarios in this thing. We have the 4 editions, right? We've got the Vanguard Hoplite, which is the dropship edition. We've got the Harbinger, which is the missile boat. We've got the Sentinel, which is electronic warfare. And the Warden, which is your shooty boy, pretty much. So, I think they're all pretty similar in tier, just based off of what kind of specialization you want to go to. So I think they all fit in the same category. Now, with the changes, with how low its maneuverability is now, it still can keep up, but it's quite slow and it's quite easy to hit. We take out these things in bounty targets all the time, no problem.
Solid A for me.
Solid.
Yeah, personally, I love this ship. I kind of enjoy heavy fighters over light fighters, and having a second person in a turret is where I really enjoy Star Citizen. You know, because it's hard to like get 5 or 6 people together, but it's pretty easy to get 1 to like 2 extra people with you, and so having a heavy fighter with just like 1 extra slot in there and just to go into town, I enjoy that a lot.
Probably one of the better 2-man multi-crews you're going to get here. I think E-Warfare is going to be cool. I think that has potential to be the coolest of the Vanguards, but we don't know much about it right now.
You stole our gurney disappeared.
No.
What do you mean I stole it?
He stole our gurney. He said what he said. I'm going to get a med gun, by the way. I think that's a smart idea, considering what's happened here.
Was somebody gonna go pick Moxie out?
Oh, 2 hours? Do you want to get broken out, Mox?
I'm already out.
Oh,
I did 2 missions.
Yeah, let's go.
okay. You just did the
yeah.
oxygen things.
Beacon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice, Moxie. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fast.
Well, I'm pretty used to it to be prison.
I was gonna say,
My house.
Moxie is a prison aficionado.
I'm the prison rat.
So as far as like the vanguards go, I mean, sure they're slow, but like you said, 2-man crew. Name a ship that's a little better than that for 2 people.
No, I mean it's hard to argue with. It's a buffy ship too. I mean it
You
does.
can store weapons in there as well.
Mhm.
Personal weapons.
It depends on what edition you have. Yeah, that thing's crazy strong. I mean that's.
You
Oof.
just pepper people away, way outside regular laser range with that.
And it has really high capacitor, so you can run full fixed loadout and still have a shit ton of ammo to utilize before you run.
Biggest issue I know with the Javelin is don't get into a turning battle with something that turns faster than you.
That is true.
M50.
Lord.
One thing I've learned is to strafe with the Vanguard instead of trying to get into a turning battle.
And like you, with most smaller vessels, like you're gonna be able to take way more hits, and your DPS is gonna kill them before they can kill you, even if it's just a punching match.
Unless you're fighting a Buccaneer or, God forbid, a Talon, you're not going to be taken out that easily. Unless they do a suicide ram.
Even then, it's still pretty hardy. What's the shields on this thing? Is it still size 2 shield?
I think they're 2 size 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so solid A tier.
If you're gonna get 2-man crew on anything, choose a Vanguard.
Oh, and can't forget the interior space in the Vanguard. It beats the none on the Hurricane, and so far we know there's no interior on the Scorpius.
Yeah, so as far as heavy fighters go, it's the only one with interior.
Oh, look at Bug! Coming in with the same damn thing.
With
Different
a better
skin.
Style points. Actually, could I just hop in yours so I don't have to rearm my ship?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's actually only 400 to restock, because ballistics aren't as expensive as I thought they would be.
Really?
Somebody got
What? Only 400?
Yeah, and I pretty much emptied the Top Gun. Now this is almost a concept ship now, but it is in game, so it's not exactly that. But we're talking Aegis Retaliator and Retaliator Bomber. Great vessel. I think we talked about it a little bit before with the Eclipse. It has more size 10 torpedoes than the Eclipse, but it doesn't have any pilot weaponry, so you need to have crew in there to defend itself.
Yeah.
It's a good ship, and I think if you have the org for it, this is going to be a great vessel to have as a complement to other fleet vessels as well. There's a reason why Ivor Mezer loved these things. It's a good ship, and he was a military man, even though he was an asshole. The Retaliator Bomber's great as a bomber. Now, the other thing that's going to be really good about the Retaliator is the modularity. Whenever that comes into play, you're going to be able to put whatever ship you want inside your ship, basically. You want cargo space, you want living space, recreation, whatever. This is, you can get it there. You want to keep half the missile payload, you can still do that and put something else in the center.
Yeah, turn your I'll turn the front part of the thing into a troop carrier.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. It's a fast ship, actually. You don't expect how quick it actually is. It's the maneuverability is there, and it comes stock with a crossfield, which is the second best quantum drive in the game. So I mean, like we said with the Eclipse, we kind of put the Eclipse at S tier because it's an I win button in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you just kind of sneak in there and then
Pop a torpedo off and blow up anything, pretty much.
If you're willing to spend that money for that torp.
Exactly.
But the Retaliator is such a fun ship. If you have a full crew in it, or at least half crewed, like 3 turrets manned, it's super effective. It's really fun to use. I really enjoy that ship.
I also quite like the interior. I think it's a cool look. The way the hallways are organized and everything, it's easy to understand, and it has
Like
a
a submarine.
captain's quarters, so it's kind of neat. Yeah.
I definitely have done Ninetales with like 3 people in a Retaliator, and the guy was rocking ballistics during that, and when we just ran out of ammo, we just literally moved to another turret.
That's great.
Yeah, and so it was a fun time. Like as a daily driver, I think you can punch above your weight with your torpedoes. Like you could take out hammerheads if you wanted to. Yeah, if you want to just come in close quarter combat with the turrets, you've got the firepower to do it.
If you don't have a lot of time to sink into getting good at Star Citizen combat, this is going to be a vessel that's going to reward you in a combat sense without having to put that legwork in. So I think S tier. What do we think?
Yeah, honestly, I put the Galley at S tier. It's a very fun troll ship. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like when we put something at S tier, what is it competing against?
The Eclipse, which is also at the S tier, right? So what I put
Eclipse
both.
and Gladiator.
Yeah, the Gladiator. I don't.
It's not on the same level.
I couldn't put the Gladiator at A. I've been flying that thing around today and was not impressed.
Because, like I said, I mean, there's just nothing else that's going to have as much damage and have that damage be so easy to use. I mean, there's really not a better combat ship in a sense, right? In quotations. If
You're fielding 5 turrets, right? And the only other thing that has 5 turrets is like a hammerhead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, do you want to do long range with the torpedoes and like stealth in and then get out? You could pick this. And then the hammerhead would be like for closer range. But this is much more accessible than the hammerhead is.
Yeah, you don't need as many people for this. You can even run this one crew if you want, if you're just going torps.
S tier?
S tier?
Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can drop it in there. It flies well. Yeah. It's got plenty of options.
And as stock, it comes as probably one of the best stock packages you can get in the game. You've got the fast quantum drive, you've got a lot of weaponry, you've got a fun quirk, big ass torpedoes,
Yeah.
So it's just a good vessel all around. And then when the modularity comes in, it's going to be even more versatile than it is now.
Just pray you don't get mistaken as a torpedo class if you're running only living quarters.
yeah. You just gotta have like a paint job or a neon sign that says, "No torpedoes here!"
I think that's even more suspicious.
Yeah, people would get the wrong impression.
Yeah, transport. It's like, just transporting humans. Nothing else. I would agree. S tier, yeah.
S tier, alright. Putting it to paper.
One of those tips, like if you can get it into your arsenal, then do it.
Mm-hmm. So now we're talking the ship Bug is going to want to wax grandiloquent about. The Aegis Javelin. Why don't you kick us off here, Bug?
It's pretty much the king ship of the player base.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at 4 capital class power plants, 4 capital class coolants, and 4 capital class shield generators.
Boring. It's massive.
Yeah, it's
crazy. That's like facing 4 890 jumps.
Oh my god.
And that's not including the armor
Ugh,
that it'll have once ballistic penetration damage comes into play.
Which is presumably going to be some of the best in game. I mean, you're not going to outclass it here because it's just so massive. The plating's going to be so thick. This is the apex predator of this game when it comes out.
Yeah.
Does it have hangar space?
Yes, it has hangar space for, I believe it's 1 Vanguard.
It's nice. That's actually a good compliment.
It's like behind its main arsenal.
And then send the Jav in
and of
afterwards.
course, can't forget the
It's spawned in, guys.
cargo that comes with it as well.
Ah, that's nice. And that people are underestimating the Argo cargo, but that's going to be the most common ship in the verse.
To unload cargo?
Well, yeah.
Well, small cargo and hell, even transporting people off the ship. Not all stations are going to have like capital size docking bays.
Even in real life, a lot of times big cargo vessels get stuck in the ocean, unable to offload cargo for weeks or even months at a time because it's just too locked up. There's not enough docking space for them. So what the Argo cargo does is it lets you transfer all that stuff easily.
It still feels like right now like a completely pointless ship, though.
Absolutely. Right now, it's the most worthless ship in game. Doesn't even have a quantum drive.
Hey, it did beat the Carrack.
It did.
It did beat the Carrack.
I'm waiting for my goddamn backpack. All right. I want my skin. I want my backpack. Give it to me. I paid for your memes. Give me my reward now.
I facilitated the internet. Yes,
The
I
thing, about,
deserve profit from this.
the thing about the Jav is you are gonna need so many crew. You're gonna have a... What?
Whoa, what the?
Dude, what happened?
We didn't even
I
touch
just bought that armor.
No. You're like, oh, I'm in a retaliator. Nothing will happen.
Nothing will hurt me.
We spontaneously combusted. The Aegis Javelin is going to require a lot of actual in-game logistics, which is going to be very problematic because you're going to have to be like,
gameplay loop. Is that what you're telling me?
well, yeah, there's going to be people who expressly deliver to the the frontline Javelin. They always deliver to the one ship. They just run routes only for that thing, and it needs that thing, And the other thing is how hard is it to even coordinate like 5 people, right? I mean, imagine coordinating 20 people all online at the same time.
I mean, you better have like some ground rules on what you're doing and how you're doing it.
It's going to require scheduling and stuff like that. It's a great vehicle, but it requires a lot of legwork to utilize properly.
Gotta be a vehicle that's heavily dependent on AI crew. There's no point around it.
That's true. That's true.
Unless you get into one of those hardcore orgs that are just heavy into the role play, I don't think there's any way to get around it.
It's just going to be something that it's the toy you're going to take out if you have the money for the AI crew, or if you're trying to really, use the big boot.
Here's the 2 main guns on the dorsal and spine.
Yeah.
Fucking 4 size 9s on both those turrets.
Says Lance. Jesus Christ. I mean, we've walked around this thing, right? Everyone's been inside it. What did we think of that? I mean, just gorgeous, I thought. It was so cool seeing that huge mess and everything, and the bunks.
I want the arcade.
Yeah. That would be so sweet.
You're only gonna find me in the arcade in the Javelin.
Yeah.
My Javelin.
You'll just be like somehow a neat in video game. You just the sunlight, it burns in video game and real life.
Captain, the ship's under attack. Leave me alone. I'm playing Ghost Arcade Machine.
I've almost beaten the high score on Pac-Man. Leave me be.
It's my high score too.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be such a good vessel, but really don't just buy this thing like, oh, I'm sure I'll find crew for it. You're going to have something set up. There has to be a specific purpose that you pick this thing up, in my
I mean, you can't just buy this thing either, right? You got to get lucky.
Right.
Yeah, it's for reference for those who don't know. I got extremely lucky. This thing sold out the second it went live. Not even like, oh, no, not a second or a minute or 2 later. No, it was on sale and then it was gone.
Yeah, the problem is that bots. There are people who buy this and and turn it for a profit on the gray market, and they'll buy like hundreds of these things, and sell it out for everyone else who so they can't afford it. It's kind of dumb. But if you're really, I would say if you're really interested in this, wait till next IAE and try to play the F5 game. Wake up early for it and stuff, because this is, if you have one of these, it's going to be very excellent. It's going to be a sought after ship. If you
are going to have another, or they're going to have to need another ship just to support that ship.
Yeah.
Like, just not like, oh, get it materials. No, financially.
Yeah.
But it's been said that that javelins, or combat ships of capital size, are going to have their own missions that will allow them to be self-sustainable. So as long as they're not just like flying around getting into combat missions, or getting into combat for no monetary gain, like, PvP stuff, you're probably not going to make a buck back.
Right.
So that includes like helping planetary defense with a pirate infestation. They give you a couple million for taking out a pirate Idris.
That would be fun.
Type of stuff. I mean, and Idris versus a Idris P versus the Javelin is definitely going to be a slightly one-sided, okay, very one-sided match.
Right.
Also, it should be stated that just because you have a Javelin does not mean you're going to be able to stand up against the UEE Navy.
Yeah.
As the Javelin that is sold to the player base is different than the one that's in UEE's hands.
Is it now?
Yeah. That's what it's reported to be.
It's usually how they do it. There's a military version and civilian version of the vessel. And, you know, it'll still be effective, but and if you do take out their Idris, they'll come in with a bangle and crush your ass. You know, it's just, there's no way around that.
Yeah, if you're getting into scuffle with the UEE, especially Javelin, your best bet is to run.
Right, right.
If you're in a running from a bangle, it's best to just surrender and hope that they don't scrap your ship.
Exactly. At least that they hope that they let you keep what little you have. You know, what they'll give you. Right, the stuff they don't scrap at least. So it's.
I'm going for my body, by the way.
Oh, I see. Okay. I just grabbed a tractor beam and a gun, and I'm gonna come on out and go fly somewhere. I'm at Tressler right now.
I think we're at Everett Harbor, right, Moxie?
Yeah, I just saw
yeah.
Moxie.
Mox, actually. Never mind.
I thought Moxie was right next to me a second ago.
I was.
Yeah. I'm flying to get I had some good stuff on me. I'm flying back to go get my stuff on the stealth fighter. Hopefully they don't
Trying
see
to
me.
rescue.
You just
Trying to
have the
rescue
arrow
myself.
here? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right.
I was hoping you had something with the take me with you.
Oh, wait, I have something. Wait.
They can't give
Also, I
me
need
an
a
arrow.
gun. I need a gun. You can you buy a gun in Everest Harbor?
Cannot.
Nope.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
You have one.
Hurl one.
I do not. No. I've got
Fuck,
many
I
times.
got a mining laser. I got a mining laser to kill the bandits.
One
I'm
thing
a clone of a clone of a clone.
Can we get back to the video? Bug at a point here.
One
Yep.
thing
Oh, yeah.
I would like to mention, the interior is so far bigger than most stations' interior.
Oh my
What?
god, it's
What?
crazy.
Yeah, but not like the it's the same size or it's bigger than stations. No, the currently walkable interior parts of the station.
That's a little much. Like I didn't expect that.
That's,
Well, estimated. Stations have been growing a bit.
But still.
You will get lost in that spaceship. And I mean, you can use this. You don't need to go back to a station with this thing if you have the capital to keep repairing it. This can be a headquarters.
Hell, if it was up to me, I would want to keep it out of anything above a Polaris fight.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Polaris might be able to do a good chunk of damage to it.
So, Javelin, I mean, S tier for the specific scenario, right? For the exact scenario where you have a lot of crew, you have the money to afford it, and you need something that, and you want to be a big PvP player in
PvP or big PvE, like the Vandal attack.
Right. This is you. If these are going to be saviors on the Vandal front, we're like, oh my god, thank God a Javelin came. We were losing. It's going to fill people with hope or dread.
Until the king ships come.
Oh yeah, and then everyone runs. But even then, like,
So
the
kingship is bigger than the capital ships.
yeah, the kingship is the biggest. It's so huge. It's even way larger than the Bengal. It's like much larger.
Are we talking like Death Star?
But even then, right, the Jav is going to be what's like, I'll hold them off while you guys get out of here, right? It's going to be the only thing that could even have a chance of standing up to a kingship.
I'm not leaving my javelin to cover the everyone else does is everyone else is gonna leave my ass.
Yeah, shit, I got a faster quantum drive. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So now we're talking Aegis Nautilus, the mine layer. Used to be a vessel that was classified, recently been declassified, and is, I think, going to be the biggest, baddest troll ship out there.
Oh, I can already imagine how many people are just gonna lay down random minefields in the middle of an asteroid. And the worst part is those mines have the same power as a size 5 torpedo.
Jeez. Imagine the poor guy who just bought his Drake Cutlass Black and he's like, oh my god, I'm finally running cargo! And he's doing the most popular Blair Knight route and just boom. You know?
Game's glitched.
Yeah, he'll just be like, what the hell happened?
Oh, and you can't forget,
bullshit.
There's also turret mines.
Oh, yeah. There's.
They're just size 2.
See, a mine is going to be a platform that CIG is probably going to get really creative with. There might be like laser scatter mines. There might be like thermal mines. There might be like quantum enforcement mines. There could be a bunch of stuff like this.
And the mines are self-guiding unless they're in a gravity field. So,
Once they get close enough, they just attack.
yes, it's stated that they have a 5-kilometer range.
That's freaky. I mean, you'd be in the middle of a fight, and then all of a sudden, just boom, you don't know what happened. But a mine had been sneaking up on you for a long time. So yeah, big troll ship, gonna be useful. Orgs are gonna like this one. There's gonna be a lot of tricksy stuff. People who are like super good tacticians are probably gonna find very creative ways to use this in combat. There's gonna be a lot of fleet tactics that revolve around Nautiluses, I imagine.
It's stated in game that it's gonna be required to have a demining drone on your Nautilus at all times. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm just gonna only lay mines, I don't need a deminer, you're gonna need one.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another, it's a wise idea to have one.
I think there's always you're like I don't need I don't need a deminer until you've accidentally placed a mine between you and your home base. You know.
Yeah, until you need a deminer.
Exactly.
And of course, you can't forget the size 7, twin size 7 laser cannons on the nose.
Lots of good capital firepower for sure. Oh, but you might want to have a couple support vessels to run with this thing.
I believe it's on the level of a Perseus, but below it in ship-to-ship combat.
And that's it. Sure, that's great for capital class, right, or sub-cap. But for small ships, you're probably not going to be able to get very good effect on target.
Yeah, it would be a very good ambush ship.
Guerrilla warfare, smaller to medium-sized orgs might like this one for dealing with a large threat that they couldn't take face-to-face, really.
But you are looking at, and I quote, 3 size 3 shield generators.
It's going to be able to keep its own head, but it's probably best used in tandem with other vessels. That's probably how you're going to get the most effective usage out of it.
It's probably going to be a must-want in some of the larger ships or larger fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Because
if you don't have a knot, you're going to be at a big disadvantage because you at least want to be demining what the other knot is putting down.
or you could, get into a situation the Germans and the British did, where the British just decided not to go out and demine the English Channel, and which caused a German mining boat to hit one of their own mines. And when they went out and rescued the German crew, they asked why the hell weren't they doing their job. So you might get lucky and get one of those things.
It'll be great, and I think the situations that this thing is going to set up, I'm excited for seeing how it plays into the meta. And I think it will play into the meta.
You're most definitely going to be able to slave the front turret to the pilot.
Ooh. Oh, that's going to be
With
nice.
when AI blades come out.
So this is another vessel that has good skeleton crew potential.
Yes, very good. It's listed at 4 to 8, though I'm pretty sure you could probably cut that down to 3. but definitely cut it down to 1 if you want to just use the pilot and the enslaved turret.
Right. And that'll be good. That's certainly some things, and it should be useful with even with the low crew. So I think it's a really good ship. It fits in a really good place. I'm not going to say this is like as essential as like a Javelin for a large org, but it is still very useful and very valuable, and something that you should consider if your fleet doesn't have one, right? And you want to give something to your org that's going to be useful. This is a bit specialized. Not everyone's going to think about it. So this might be the niche where you can fit in here. So I think we covered the Nautilus. Or sorry, what do you think? A tier? A tier ship?
Yeah, A tier. It's going to be the only ship of its class. So definitely A tier. I mean, who knows? The Vulcan might be able to lay down some mines.
Yeah, we'll see how that develops, and we'll see, because it's not going to be the only mine layer, presumably. They're going to add some other mine layers that aren't nearly as big or good as this one, but are still there. Even ships that are out are very much subject to change, and I think I try to say this every episode, but this is nowhere near scientific. I mean, this is a lot of opinions. We are basing a lot of what we're talking about on facts and information that has been given to us by RSI, but at the same time, we're not exactly professionals here. We're just talking and imagining what the game's going to be like when it's out. This is stuff we like to think about more than anything else.
Oh yeah, and it's fun to just kind of like play the what if game with this.
Exactly, and that's a good way to say it, right? This is the what if game. We're not. It's
Yeah.
Even the ships that are out, right? I see something in front of me, but it all can change. It's completely up to the developers.
It is an alpha.
Definitely
still.
an alpha, yeah. Very, very deep alpha. It's not coming out of alpha anytime soon, guys. Sorry to say, if you were thinking that it was. So now we're talking Aegis Vulcan, the de facto support ship, really. Going to be great for org events. This is going to be the ship you call in when your ship's broken or you're stranded somewhere or whatever. This ship is going to be the one accepting things like medical and assistance beacons. Basically a moving landing pad where you can rearm, refuel, and repair.
Okay. Really, that gameplay is very fun.
Yeah, it's not for a while. But actually refueling is on the roadmap right now, so we might get it sooner rather than later. And we've seen the concept. We've seen it working with the Starfarer.
Honestly, I'm an industrial nerd. Like, I like all the non-combat roles. So that seems like a lot of fun.
You're gonna find these everywhere, from the core systems to the front lines. They're gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be so useful, and if you have one of these things, there's always gonna be demand for your services. It doesn't matter how many of these are out there. People always need this stuff. People are dumb and get stranded in Pyro or whatever, and they're gonna need help.
So what does the gameplay loop look like for it? Like, do you just tether up to a ship and refuel it?
I think is it drone based? Do you know about?
Yeah, it uses drones. Looks like the concept art has it showing the drones carry the fuel, ammo, and repair.
It's very cool. That's very cool. And the thing CIG keeps saying is that salvage and repair are linked. Salvage is the opposite of repair and vice versa. So if this thing can repair, it can also salvage. So you're going to get that use out of it.
Start salvaging your fucking allies' ship mid-flight.
I need this more than you. Sorry, I'm just going to take a wing.
Just don't mind me. Gonna go ahead and take this right here.
Jack
It's
the
mine.
fucking power plant in the middle of the repair.
Siphon their quantum fuel while they're not looking. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good ship. It's going to be very useful. This is another one, along with something like the Anvil Liberator, that every player is going to interact with at some point. Mm-hmm.
What would we rate this thing then? A tier?
I think it's...
It's B tier for me.
Yeah, there's not enough information, but I think it's B tier because there are other ships that do what this does, but potentially better.
Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
Kraken, Idris, but those can only support... Oh, actually, those could probably support a bit more than the Vulcan.
But this is going to be like single crew, low crew.
Yeah, low crew, small missions. You know, it's not going to be too resource intensive.
It's going to be not necessarily a starting, but this is going to be like somewhere near the beginning of your path to becoming a repairman. So yeah, I think it's a B tier for sure.
Yeah, B tier.
I'd say this is something you should give a glance if you're thinking about getting into repair and salvage. Okay, moving on to the Idris P and M. Do you think we should rate these separately, or do you think they should get rated together? I don't think they're overall that different, as long as as much as the information we've been given, at least.
So far, it's just different weaponry, and it sounds like hull. I believe the Idris P has lighter armored hull.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a good vessel. This is another one where there's going to be a big ship that you could probably use pretty effectively with a skeleton crew, rather, because the railgun is going to be extremely effective, and you are only going to need one guy to operate that thing, and that's going to be your best and most powerful weapon. You know, everything else is going to be a fraction of what the railgun's going to give you.
I mean, what do our turrets look like on this in like the crew size?
The military version has an 11 as well, but one of them was changed out for a size 7 gun. I believe that's on the front of the ship, right above the giant fucking spinal mount destroyer.
Yeah, man, we're getting some... Man, this size with the Idris and like the Javelin, stuff is just so powerful.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't forget the internal hangar it has. And the fact that this thing can land on planets and can deploy ground troops.
I do love that about a big shiplet.
And this is... It's not going to go blow to blow, but it is going to fight you can use this against a Jav. It's gonna be useful. If you're more skilled than the Javelin crew, you may have a chance of coming out on top. And if you're a Halo fan, I mean, it's the Mac Cannon, really. I mean, it's a badass planet destroyer.
You know, turn whatever you hit to a molten slag.
Exactly.
I mean, have you seen the people in their EVA around the gun while it goes off?
Oh, no, it sounds wild. I've heard it go off. It's so loud wherever you are. It's insane.
Their bodies pretty much turn into a giant glowing hot mass. Like that, just a jet. You just see the glowing outline of their body. It just is like the mid-ground between the Kraken and the Javelin.
Yeah, I'll go to the corpse. Sorry.
Show me where the corpse is at, so I know.
Yeah, it is the mid-ground between the Kraken and the Javelin for sure. This is a good ship, and for you don't need as many people as you would need for the Jav. It's still a very pricey, very large ship. But
yeah,
if you're a smaller org, this might be your flagship.
One thing to note over the Idris P and what the Idris P has over the Idris M is more cargo space. Idris M has 831. Idris P has 995.
That's solid. So I mean, both of those are solid numbers, but that increase is actually very, very worth it. I think you'd have to choose what you're looking for. Or do you need more versatility, or do you need more just the militariness?
One thing that should be noted is how CIG has treated the development of the Idris M. It's reported through leaks, from what I've heard, that it is finished. Like, it can go straight to flyable, like right now, but they don't, as it possibly contains spoilers to Squadron 42. I have no idea how valid that information is. I think they're just waiting for server meshing to get to a state where it's good enough to release large capital ships.
Right. I think that's very true. Because this is the other thing to think about is you're gonna need a beefy PC to run these bad boys. I mean, even when the game is gonna be fully optimized, hopefully it helps. But these ships are huge moving machines, and if your game is stuttering now, you might want to stick to the smaller vessels. Yeah, but I think the Idris is potentially one of the closest caps to development right now, as far as like one of the first ones that's going to come out because of that. So I would, if you don't want to wait too long, if you're a little impatient, that's another reason to consider going for this capital ship, I suppose.
I kind of like it. I think it looks better than the Javelin, personally. You know, and the whole Mac cannon thing is very close to heart with Halo. Doesn't the Idris have like a 3-ship hangar?
Yes.
So
It has that over the Javelin, but not over the Kraken.
So you're looking at being able to have like, you know, long range support with fighters with that.
I believe it can fit a Retaliator in it, but the biggest issue I see with the Idris over the Kraken is if one ship in the middle, or if the first ship gets stuck.
Yeah, getting that second ship out.
They'd have to go through the back hangar. Wouldn't be that hard to do, just be a pain in the ass. However, if the middle ship gets stuck, that's when issues start to arise.
Yeah.
Right.
So you get the bonus of having the hole around the hangar protecting the ships, opposed to the Kraken's top deck where the shields don't even cover the ships on the deck. You can't forget the biggest win over the Carrack the Idris has. Escape pods.
Because we know in our org, we definitely need those escape pods.
If these videos are anything to go by, we absolutely need escape pods. So how would you rate this vessel? I think it's versatile. It's like a working man's ship more than the Jav, right? The Jav's more military. This is more like militia kind of thing. So where do we think the Idris falls as far as ranking goes?
Ships like these are so hard to rank. They're so good.
Right?
Well, Idris P, I would rank it like a B. Like it has its pro. It's like one pro over the Idris M, the cargo capacity. We completely skipped over the Idris K.
The Aegis K, yes. Talk about the Aegis K. Talk about the Aegis K.
Yes, please.
It's pretty much the same as the Aegis P, but with a Exodius laser beam size 10.
My God.
Jeez. So you trade out the Mac cannon for a laser beam.
You trade for the Aegis K is toward the Aegis P to the Aegis K. Oh, and it has.
I mean, these are all fairly similar ships. I mean, but if we're comparing, this is what happens when you get to this critical mass, where okay, this ship can have everything, so it's just great, you know.
Maybe the real skill for these things is how effective can you crew something.
Yep.
You know, it's not whether or not the ship is good, because it's going to be good, right? It's whether or not it can effectively crew. You know, if you don't ever have the man, like you may have an org of 30 people, but if 4 people are only active in Star Citizen, good luck crewing a Javelin.
Right. You're better off with something smaller, commie, or a Redeemer, I suppose. Yeah.
And you're just going to have more fun.
Exactly. And there's a lot of disadvantages that come with a larger ship. Maneuverability, you know, very easy to hit. Hard to, you know, turrets can be good, but they're not 360 degrees, so things get out of your range. And it's just a huge logistical nightmare on top of that. So if you just don't have the people to get into all of that, and you're probably going to need to double the recommended crew, because you're going to need people outside of the vessel supporting the vessel.
Yeah, exactly. mean, if you wanted me to rate this thing, then you got to put it at A.
I think it's definitely A, not S. The difference is clear there.
Or it's not going to be as good as the Javelin and slugging it out, or as good as the character supporting ships, but it's definitely going to be in between. So I put the Aegis P at a B and Aegis K and M at A.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that, because if you're gonna probably want the M or the K if you can afford it. If you can go make that jump, I'd do it. But the P is still going to be a very good ship, and like you say, every ship is going to be useful. An MSR is going to be able to take on, other badass ships if the crew is solid, if you guys are really skilled, if you have an ace pilot behind the helm, if you guys are geniuses. There's always going to be that where, like real life, where the smallest thing, disease, a bug, a frog can kill the Goliath.
Yeah.
For example, the electronic warfare is going to play a major part in ship-to-ship combat.
Yes, it's going to become much more important as the game develops and as we get more in-depth mechanics with it.
So, from what I've heard, is the electronic warfare isn't just going to be like, I completely shut down. It's like, type in a whole bunch of code and send, their ships are down, or shields are down. It's basically going to be sending, or trying to hack into their, the ship systems, and if a ship has a dedicated electronic warfare defense system on it, or a AI, or a AI defense blade, it's going to be very difficult. So, say like, I believe it's only like one code at a time. So, send a code to shut down the ship's shields or shut down their engines for a short amount of time.
Okay. So, not exactly like, but similar to quick hacking if you've played Cyberpunk 2077, where you're executing specific bits of things. It's not just lethal death. It's, lower weapon output or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys could join us. This has been Aegis Day. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. If you have any thoughts, comments, critiques, please put it in the comments section below. I've been with Moxie. I've been with Bug. I've been with Immoral Boar. I've been with O'Neill. And I've been with Maverick. I'm Ethos, and we hope you have a good day.
Fly safe.
Fly safe. Enjoy the verse, citizens.
Wait, you still haven't been with your wife?
Wait, no, Maverick!
I'm coming to
die.
you. Okay. No.
You're gonna die!
It's okay. Fine. Things are okay.
The ship doesn't hold up the fire!
Are we still hitting it?
It's almost dead!
We got some crazy stuff going. I gotta go. Bye. All right. Well, this has been Aegis Day. I'm glad you guys could join us. I've been with Maverick. I've been with Bug. I've been with O'Neill. And I've been with Immoral Boar. I'm Ethos. And it was good to have you. Please join us for the next one.
Please do.
And Moxie!
And the Moxie! Fuck! Okay, let me do this again. I'm sorry, Moxie.
Oh shit, you forgot Moxie, bro.
I forgot Moxie. I'm sorry, Moxie. I was like, nah, I can name everyone without checking the Discord call. Fucking dumbass.